Okay, it is, I don't know what it is, like September 29th or something, or 8th. It's 11:30 p.m. It's Saturday. It's going to be Sunday in 33 minutes. We are leaving Redondo Beach. That's kind of where we ended up at. I have a few, too much. Okay, so I have a few topics we're going to discuss. Let me look at my notes. Before we're heading home now. We just kind of cruised around. We drove randomly, did some good sarcastic throwbacks towards this worldwide defamation campaign to try to make me look crazy. Let's see my topics today. I wrote these notes really quick, like I was half asleep, I think. We have some important topics. Okay, so we have freedom of speech. Let's just start here. And why am I not allowed to tell anyone about my life? Okay, so let's start driving home. And, okay. I gotta check my GPS. Make sure my GPS is routing. Okay. Okay, First Amendment freedom of speech. Everyone gets mad. You've been lied to. You know what? I don't like the color of the light here. Ooh, wrong button. There we go, that's a little better. Okay. Okay, okay, so freedom of speech. I guess tonight's topics is going to go to freedom of speech, and it's going to go towards, I guess Karine Phillips. According to my new lawyer, Karine Phillips thinks Brittany Henderson is in cahoots with someone. Well, okay, let's think about this. There's a worldwide conspiracy with everyone in the psychology community, judicial system, everywhere I go. Even a cop drove by and he was questioning me about my tags. And I'm not sure what's going on, but it looks like I have older tags, but it's registered in the computer. Whatever. Either way, it'll be paid on Monday or not, or the new stickers or whatever. Okay, no big deal. But of course, and the police officer was young and he was very nice, by the way. I'm sure he's already heard this right now off the psychotic things they're doing, like streaming my information and audio off my phone to the world and things like this. So whatever. He was very nice. But the thing is, when he left, he said, okay, whatever, just get that fixed. All right, have a good night, man, or whatever. And why isn't my GPS routing correctly? Let me look at my GPS here. Now the thing is, that's the entire. Now my GPS is freaking out. It's not routing. The entire point about what I'm talking about is each person I talk to plays this game with these different cryptic tactics. Does that make sense? So, hi, who are you? Where are you from? Blah, 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 this and that. And then, as he's leaving, okay, have a good night, man. With each person I bump into says man, right? Or different cryptic things like that. I just went to Carl's Jr. and the black girl is really professional with a scared look in her eyes because they're being told bullshit that I'm a violent, paranoid, schizo, and crazy. And then when she says, have a nice one, like not have a good one. And I think she's hinting about Sean Dinsey, because when he arrested me trying to play this game like he's the nice guy and doesn't know what's going on, he said, okay, we're taking you to jail. And I said, oh, nice, sarcastically. And every person I spoke to after this would say nice and accentuate it. So they let me know that they had this kind of part of the conversation with Dincy. Now the point is, why are they doing it? Now maybe he's saying, man, like the Truman Show or something. I don't know. Like when Jim Carrey's trying to get away from it and he doesn't know yet, and he's like, okay, have a good night, Truman. And he's like, wait, something's wrong. So if you want to say they're fucking with me, well, this is worldwide, every person I'm in contact with. I noticed 18 years ago, and it's been going on for 42 years. So it's not fucking with someone. Okay, so Kevin Perlman is not allowed to tell anyone on the planet that all the things they've been told about me, that I'm crazy, that I'm a paranoid schizo, that I'm a violent paranoid schizo, that I have anxiety issues, that I have this, that I have that. All the falsified police statements, all the falsified psychology community statements. I do not have those First Amendment freedom of speeches, and nobody will help me. Okay, so I gotta sort of fix my GPS right now. It's freaking out. Okay, let's see. Sometimes it has trouble routing when the Wi-Fi is connected to the camera, and yet somehow people are streaming all the shit off my phone to use against me and try to make me look like a violent paranoid schizo. Okay, so, GPS. GPS, can you route for me? I want to go home. No, it can't route. So let's see if I can route this. Let's see if I can route this. I'm gonna have to disconnect off Wi-Fi here. Okay, so I should still be recording on camera. GPS. Okay. So now we are routing. Now I gotta try to connect back to my camera.
In 800 feet, turn left.
Camera. Okay. Camera. Okay, good. Okay, we're on. We got everything good to go. Yes, Starbucks says that's a crime to say good to go and no worries. I have no concept why those are horrible, mean things, and I need to be hunted and eradicated over. Especially some black girl. I guess she's a reverse racist because they're trying to get rid of me with huge groups of black people and egging me while I'm riding on my bicycle and all sorts of things that link back to 8 years old, kissing a black girl, and so this guy's day camp, and then after that, I'm a white supremacist. Okay, so, yeah, I know it doesn't make any sense, and they're just justifications to try to make me crazy or look crazy and remove me from society. Okay, so, sorry, I'm just videoing some things around here. Okay, so my point is, where were we? Freedom of speech. So there's things happening, and they're trying to sort of, my family since 5 years old is trying to make it look like I conform to media. My father's showing me the movie Wizards by Ralph Bakshi. My brother's playing this theme out of, I guess you call this is a type of street theater. One not in the gang stalking. Street theater is when you read about gang stalking, there's types of street theaters. I've never seen anything where people try to reenact parts, pretend they're in movies to try to flip you out. Okay, so my brother is sort of playing this evil wizard brother, and they're trying to make me...
Turn left.
Where is this GPS routing me? So my brother's trying to, and family and police are trying to make me look crazy, like a violent paranoid schizo, all these weird, freaky gun things, trying to make it look like I'm going to flip out and I'm going to be the good wizard, and just pure insanity. And then it goes, obviously, to movie after movie after movie after movie with worldwide support to try to make me look crazy. Why? Well, they want to put me in a mental institution for some reason, but it's really out of, like, hate. It's not out of I think this guy's crazy. Oh, now the GPS is freaking out. So this is okay, so I'm gonna disconnect off Wi-Fi and get to the freeway, and then I can connect back on.
600 feet, turn right onto California 107 North Hawthorne Boulevard.
Okay, so the point is that everything that's going on is trying to make me look crazy, to remove me from society.
California 107 North Hawthorne Boulevard.
So each person I bump into, especially coffee shops, go, man.
California 107 North for 3 miles.
They go, man, over and over. Like, hi, how are you? Do you want a coffee, man? Thanks for coming in, man. From person to person to person to person, to try to make me hypersensitive and trigger me into reaction so they can try to ratchet down and lock me away, incarcerate me for life, or put me in mental institutions, which seems to be the ongoing 40-year thing now, how to make Kevin look crazy and put him in mental institutions. So, if everyone worldwide is told to do these things, and I hand them a card saying you've been lied to and nothing you've been told is true, they'll go, you're harassing us by trying to force cards on us. Well, wait. How is that forcing cards on you? First of all. Second of all, if you've been told endless defamation, slander, libel, every lie known to man, like the people in the Met Complex, writing up things that I'm a violent paranoid schizo, don't talk to me while people keep walking by provoking me in hopes they can get reactions. I don't even know these people. I have no clue who they even are. And this has been going on, I find out, from different tactics for 42 years. Why am I not allowed to tell these people with the First Amendment, look, you've been lied to? And, more importantly, why do they get angry for me saying you've been lied to? It's not true. They get angry. How dare you tell me it's not true? Now, they're not going to word it that way. They're going to word it like you're crazy and you're harassing us and you're a public nuisance by defending yourself, which my father states is a crime. You're not allowed to ever defend yourself, even tell someone if someone said a lie about you. You're not allowed to tell them that they've been lied to. You're not allowed to put up websites stating, as we've seen with the judicial system, stating everything is bullshit. Someone's doing this out of hate and anger. And you get the idea. We're coming down to First Amendment freedom of speeches and constitutional rights ripped away. And I'm sure I've talked about this over and over because nobody thinks this is wrong. They all sort of mob together in these 42-year worldwide mobs, going, we're going to try to make you look crazier and crazier. And then we're going to laugh at you and try to humiliate you and try to make you look crazy, try to get reactions. But never is it wrong. Never is it unacceptable. Just lie after lie after lie. You're our slave. You do what we tell you. Basically what Adolf Hitler did while they're ratcheting down with the judicial system. Okay, so what were some of my topics here? Well, I just mentioned, why am I not allowed to tell anyone they've been lied to? I guess I just... why is every aspect of my life data mined and collected basically on an NSA level data and archiving operation, and then twisted out of context and disseminated to the world? So you meet someone and they've been given like this rap sheet of stupidity, right? And all the things they're mad about, nobody could care less about. Well, you parked in 10 years, you said hey 3 times. So you're a crazy, violent, paranoid schizo, need to be removed from society. Things that don't make any sense. Well, why are they doing it? Because they're just trying to drive you crazy and get some kind of angry reaction, like the man thing 100,000 times, which we have Dincy running around making up lies that have supposedly threatened to kill all Starbucks customers and things like this, right? Fabricating report after report after report, arresting me with false reports, fabricating new reports to try to make it look like I'm into privacy or probation violations from the old fabricated report. Seymour Amster intentionally losing the trial when I had flat-out video evidence to prove that I'm being hunted, and everything I'm doing, like passing out cards or talking to my camera, is in self-defense, and those are harmless things anyways. Seymour Amster then telling me that I need to learn to cope with what's being done in my life or something, and intentionally losing the appeals, and he leaves out on the appeals documentation. He lies to me, saying, well, if we lose, we'll refile. He doesn't want to tell me we lost. I looked it up on the computer. By the time I looked it up on the computer, it was too late to refile. When I asked him if he refiled it, he said, well, he didn't feel he could win. Well, wait, is Seymour Amster a judge? Do I come into Seymour Amster and go, here's $15,000, now judge me and kill me? Hunt me down and kill me or whatever, or eradicate me in cells or cages? No, of course not. I'm paying this guy to defend me and get the truth out there. Okay, now this generally goes from lawyer to lawyer worldwide, which is even stranger. Okay, so where are we? First Amendment, freedom of speech. If you tell anyone, we're just going to keep making up newer and newer lies and lock you away and incarcerate you forever, which is basically what the judicial system said to me, right? Because why are they doing it in the first place? Why are they so angry that I'm out trying to live my life? Why are they so mad? Well, according to Seymour Amster, I'm a bully and a criminal. Based on what? I've had a clean record until...
In a quarter mile, use the right 2 lanes to turn right onto the I-405 North Ramp to Santa Monica.
I've had a clean record until finding out, starting to speak out about things, right? Think about that. Now, there's a worldwide rap sheet of bullshit. I've done all these...
Use the right 2 lanes to turn right onto the I-405 North Ramp, then merge onto I-405 North.
For 42 years, Kevin Perlman's hitting women. Kevin Perlman's a violent paranoid schizo. Kevin Perlman's this. Kevin Perlman's that. Kevin Perlman's a car thief. Kevin Perlman's a pedophile. Kevin Perlman's this. Kevin Perlman's that. All going out to the entire planet in secret, called propaganda. Okay. Every privacy violation known to man done to me, while they tried to... Okay. Every privacy violation known to man done to me, and then them taking the private information and twisting and contorting the information into things they want to make it to look like, which is beyond any level of illegal. Okay, so I ended up exposing them, but they're trying to make it look like I'm crazy and have OCD and things like this. Okay, and maybe we might get to that in this conversation, I think. What did I put? Oh, instead of allowing me... Oh, I already said that. Why are they doing this in my life instead of allowing me to go out and live my life and do benefit from my life? What are they so mad about? Well, now they're playing the cover-up game that Kevin Perlman's fucking with us. Kevin Perlman's making us do these things to him. Well, Kevin Perlman, me, has not done a damn thing but turned 29, noticed what was going on around him, and noticed Mike Huntley's death threats. We're using the system against you. I've given you enough rope to hang yourself with. You better live a careful life. Singing World of Paranoia, dropping papers on my desk about making people mentally ill to control them, which there's no such thing. I mean, that's like, you might as well say killing people is okay because I want to control you by killing you. There's no such thing. There's a family that keeps reversing what they do on me, trying to get confessions that I'm controlling when they're sick and demented. There's a family who has rabbis writing up paperwork saying I'm guilty of things. We have a family that has rabbis coming to jail telling me, trying to get coerced false confessions. If I confess to what I did, he'll move me to the Jewish dorm in maximum security prison, which I shouldn't even be at, with misdemeanor charges on a 5-day remand. Doesn't make any sense. Which they're trying to hide the paperwork. Right? So there's nothing I've done to anyone but turned 29, met with Mike Huntley, you're a dead man, and then hinting about weird things about making Scott Jellin hang himself or something with a guy from my high school named Joel Littman, and to find out that all my friends in high school were involved in all these things, trying to set me up or frame me or you name it, to lock me away, which is strange. So these murderers are saying that I'm a criminal because they don't like me with the judicial system for no reason at all. Maybe I picked my ass, or maybe at 5 years old I stole a 1 cent Jolly Rancher. I can't tell you, because it doesn't make any sense. And it's worldwide, and no one thinks it's wrong. Okay, so suffer from mental illness if I go out. Oh, this is important. Okay, so they're trying to say that the more I go out and live my life, that I suffer from mental illness. The more things I accomplish, the more people I associate with, the more people I network with, I have OCD and it's mental illness. If I need to go find a lawyer that's going to be honest and call 1,000 of them, and they all say we're not going to help you, I have OCD. If I keep asking women out on dates until I find one that doesn't want me dead and gone, I have OCD. Same with psychologists, you name it. So they're trying to ratchet down more and more, make me look crazy, to remove me from society where everyone kind of has a fun, teasing, friendly smile while they take turns on me, right? And then they comments with my family that my past caught up to me and I know what I did, but they won't specifically state the case. Now, why are they doing that? They're trying to make me obsess on my life and go, what's this about? Because they intentionally want to make me look like I suffer from obsession. Okay. Now remember, these are people with psychology degrees. Think about that. Little Hannibal Lecters. Okay. So, and then my mother says something like she wants me to have a normal life. Okay, so tell the truth and stop. Tell them that you're lying about me, my psychological, giving me, what's it called? Unethical psychological analysis is because I didn't call up my mother asking for therapy from her. Okay. So the Kevin is crazy is kind of like a control lever. So then everyone in my family gets mad that I talk about my life and post them on YouTube and on my website. This light right here, my mother goes ape shit about. Like, you can't drive with a light pointing on you because people are going to think this and people are going to think that. And you're like, did you ever get past the 1800s here in slavery? Because technology now, people are doing all sorts of shit that nobody cares about. We have wireless internet, we have GPU, basic level neural networks, and deep learning algorithms coming out every day. We have people putting bullet hole stickers and different types of stickers on their car. We have people putting neon all over their car. We have people painting their car pimp colors. Nobody fucking gives a shit. No one. These are not flags. These are not things that people give a shit unless they're like beyond super hypersensitive. Okay. So I'm going to quickly go. I'll probably have a longer conversation about this with Brittany. Right now, the prosecution, Karen Phillips, is, according to my new lawyer, remember, everyone lies to me, so I don't know who the fuck's telling the truth. According to my therapist, my new lawyer, the prosecution doesn't think that Kareen, I was going to say Kareen Eshigan, the first quack that was hunting me down. Trying to cover this up. A psychologist. Doesn't think that Brittany, who's witnessed everything on video, is legit. Now, all I will say is that no one is legit because they're all fucking lying. Whether it's the prosecution, the defense, the psychology community, the police, the government, these random strangers, they're all fucking lying. And I believe my attorney's statement was something like she believes she's in cahoots. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, if everyone's conspiring against Kevin Perlman, everyone's in cahoots, including him, right? Okay. So what is it that she's really mad about? They wanted to try to make me look crazy. They want to try to force me into therapy. They falsified these arrest reports and falsely convicted me with kangaroo courts. They don't want anything truthful. They don't want me handing people cards. They don't want me having a website. They don't even want me videoing myself and talking on camera like this and telling the world the truth. And most of the world's like, well, you're crazy and I don't feel like watching and listening to the opposing argument. Which is strange. It's unheard of. So what is it you think they're really mad about? He makes some statement that she's upset because it's not real therapy because I'm videoing our therapy, our sessions, while she observes the situation. And then it goes online for the world to see that she's witnessing and everything on camera, and they're witnessing what's being done to me. Now, no crimes have been committed except to me, and me proving it and her witnessing it. Okay, so the prosecution is flipping out at the end of the 52 week, whatever you call it. The end of, I'm supposed to get therapy for 52 weeks. I've done it. At the very end, she's mad and she's flipping out, supposedly. And they're stating, well, we don't think she's legit. Well, I mean, oh, and another statement was, and I post the entire session on the internet. Yes, of course.
In half a mile, keep left to stay on I-405 North, all signs for Sacramento.
Of course, because if I post fragments of it, I'm taking shit out of context. So I post the entire discussions on the internet for transparency. So everyone can see the truth. Because if you take shit out of context like they do, then you're making the argument look like what you want it to look like. You're taking sentences out of context or words out of context. And if you're a truthful, honest person, you're going to want to see the entire story. Period. The end. And Brittany has witnessed what's going on, and it's all on video while she's talking. Okay. So, according to my lawyer, the prosecution thinks that she's not a real therapist, she's a quack, and she's in cahoots. Now, I don't know if he's alluding to if she's in cahoots with me, but that's absurd too, because I'm alone and isolated, and I'm the only guy that doesn't know what's really fucking going on. And they're trying to make me look crazy. Okay. Now, we can talk about Brittany's credentials. She has all sorts of plaques in an office we've been at 100 times, which I get death threats from 3717 Jason Schwetz, the owner of the building, working with all the employees in the building, trying to set me up with the police, to get reactions, to try to make it look like I'm a public nuisance. And if I even tell someone, you ruined our lives and you're a public nuisance, that they've been lied to, showing that these operations are to silence me and eradicate me, just like Adolf Hitler. You don't read books and things like that and get knowledge about anything. You just do what I say or die. And that is exactly what is and has been going on my entire life, and it's getting a lot worse with the judicial system and everyone working together because they don't want me talking. Why? I can't tell you, but I get endless weird death threats. I'm a whistleblower, I'm a snitch, you're a snitch, you're dead. It is what it is. You better learn to accept what's going on, or it's going to get a lot worse for you. No relaxing for you, nigger. A lot of these on video, but no one in the judicial system or anyone else wants to see that. Is that strange? Okay. So is Brittany in cahoots? Well, not with me. She's observed everything. She stated it on camera. There's video of it happening while she's stating it. You name it. Okay, so why do you think the prosecution's really mad? Why are they going apeshit? Because they're losing control. They're losing control of this illegal, demented torture operation. Okay, so according to my lawyer, she's trying to say that she wants to file for a probation violation because the therapist she thinks is bunk. Well, how's that a probation violation? I don't know, I can't, as far as law, but it's nothing I did wrong, because they said go get therapy, and I got therapy. And I called like 100,000, and they're all like, we don't want to help you, and we don't want you talking. Okay, so, where are we? And Brittany's also witnessed tons of conversations with my mother, backtracking on everything and trying to cover everything up. Sorry, Mom, but, you know, you gotta be fucking honest about the situation, especially by having rabbis write falsified letters that I'm guilty and I'll go get therapy and shit like that. And 100 million other things. Okay, so, because my life's just as important as everyone else's. Okay, it's supposed to be anyways. And I'm supposed to have constitutional rights and protections, which were ripped away at 5 years old. Okay, so I'm kind of halfway home, so this is going to be a high speeder. I'm going to talk. I started in with Brittany with some of the methods I used to expose the privacy violations. Now, I got into a couple of things, and then instantly after that, my attorney called from a progress hearing, curving everything and diverting everything with this, we think she's bunk, because I think the reason they're doing that is because now I'm explaining how I sort of brought these worldwide groups forward and expose them, because they're trying to make it look like I suffer from mental illness, and I'm going to start to explain how they got angrier and angrier, exposing them from the privacy violations, and them trying to make me look crazy or make this criminal even though it's not. Okay, so you need to understand, we start to talk about something of importance, and then they throw something new in, a new wrench in the gears, and then you get sidetracked trying to defend yourself with the new thing, instead of talking about the older and older and older and older things. Not only that, but according to my attorney, Karen is stating that she doesn't believe that her methods of therapy are sound. So is Karen Phillips a psychologist or psychiatrist? Because what Karen Phillips is saying is, we want Kevin to cope with what we've done to his life. That's their message, especially from Seymour Amster. We want a therapist to teach Kevin how to cope with what we're doing to Kevin's life. Well, that's not a therapist's job. And then, according to my lawyer, he's saying, well, she doesn't feel that Brittany's giving good advice to how to cope with the situation. Well, wait a minute. Therapist's job isn't to dictate your life and tell you what you have to do. A therapist's job is to look at the situation and see what's wrong and why it's happening and whose fault it is or what the fuck's going on. It's not, we want you to have the therapist that we pay off to tell you what you can and can't do. Do you understand? That's like highly illegal. Okay, so, as a matter of fact, I think contacting a therapist with letters like Seymour's trying to do might also be highly illegal if I'm not releasing HIPAA agreements, and why would I want my therapist to freeform with my attorney, because that's dangerous, especially if every attorney I've contacted wants me dead and gone for what I know, and they're protecting their criminal friends and things like that. Okay, so you get the idea. So, why would a prosecutor be like, I don't like this therapist because Kevin's not doing what I'm telling him he has to do, which has nothing to do with law and things like that. They're saying, what the hidden message is, you don't talk or we lock you in a cage. That's the hidden message. And we pay off therapists to then throw bunk labels on you and say you're crazy and imagining it, things like this. Okay, so I'm going to start in talking about exposing the operations on my video blogs, and I'm going to try to do it with Brittany, But as you see, once I start talking about this, they're throwing in the wrench. Now you got to focus on this new thing and this new thing. And they've been doing this for 42 years. They're doing it with Terrence Scroggins. To mask what they did to me at Golden State Sports Medical. They're doing it with Golden State Sports Medical to mask what they did with Mike Huntley. They're doing it with Mike Huntley to mask what they did to me in college. And it just goes all the way down to 5 years old. Okay, so let me just start on a few. Okay, so they're probably streaming off my cell phone right now, collecting the audio and giving it out to the world to use against me, and probably taking fragments and things to try to twist and contort out of context. As well as GPS tracking and all sorts of shit like that. Illegal privacy violations. Seymour Amster stated, the judicial system can do whatever they want if they don't like or trust you or whatever, or if they think you're a criminal. Well, that's bullshit. They can't. Nobody would be safe. Everyone would be like dead or in cages. Good people, too. Like me. Okay, so, where am I? Okay, so some of the exposing, I'm almost home actually. They're tracking every website I serve to, and it's given out to the world through illegal operations. Spectrum was contacted, which was Time Warner, and they're disseminating private information. Even though I have a firewall, they're still shredding through it somehow and getting the web surfing. Well, they don't need to shred through the firewall because they're the provider, and so they're giving out to the world every website I go to and things like that. So what I do is I build a little app with spiders, and let's say I go to like a porn star's website or a model's website, and then she gets mad. Kevin Perlman went to my website, and Kevin Perlman's stalking me, and Kevin Perlman's obsessed. Well, how the fuck would she know that? And this happens with every person in the world. This information is given out worldwide. So what I do is I built a web spider script, and let's say I say go into Google and just start web surfing by yourself from link to link. Or let's say I post it on like a porn star or model website, and it just surfs from website to website by itself. Like every minute it goes to a new website. Now the judicial system's trying to make this into a crime. Well, Kevin built a little app that surfs to everyone's website. So fucking what? Nobody's gonna know. Nobody's going to know anything unless they're breaking the law, unless they're violating my privacy. Nobody's going to know. Nobody's going to care unless they're obsessed murderers. And apparently there's a lot of them. Okay, so let's say I type in auxiliary court on eBay. This did happen. And a guy starts waiting outside my gate every day with a black VW with an auxiliary license plate cover, and that happened an hour after that. So maybe then I point the spider to music or auxiliary, or maybe they do that with Volkswagen Beetles, and I I post the web spider to Volkswagen dealers, and it just spiders Volkswagen dealers for the next several months. Now, what happens is everyone worldwide starts going fucking crazy because they're told if Kevin goes to your website, go ballistic on him if he ever comes back. Well, why would they do that in the first place? Well, because mommy Anita Perlman doesn't want her son surfing the web because she wants Kevin to have a normal life. But that is normal life. Everyone uses the internet, and the internet's connected to everything we do. Okay. So, And she's working with the psychology community and police and judicial system. So now the judicial system are pissed because I exposed all these people trying to make me mentally ill and trying to make me crazy. So now they're trying to say Kevin has OCD and he can't stop and this and that, blah, blah, blah. So now they're shifting gears. They're shifting gears to cover it up because I've exposed them. Now, I'm actually kind of tired. I'm exhausted. It's been a long night. I've started in on this one taster for you. But you get the idea how everything they're doing is based on illegal privacy violations. And the more I expose them, the more they come after me. Now, just before I shut this off, let me give you an analogy. Let's say everywhere you live, someone breaks in your house and robs you. And the police keep lying. It's not illegal for people to break in your house and rob you. You just have to try to kill them so we can throw you in jail or something. Who knows? So in your house, you put a sign, "Hi robbers, how are you today?" Now, a burglar comes to your house and he breaks in your house. And by the front door he sees a sign, "Hi burglar, how are you today?" And the burglar and the police go apeshit. Kevin's fucking with us and Kevin's a public nuisance and Kevin is making us break into his house. Because he has a sign in his house that says, "Hi burglar, how are you?" Now, the burglar is never going to see this sign until after he breaks in your house. Correct? So the burglar has no excuse. Now the police are going to run around. I had the burglar look in Kevin's window and peep in and make up lies that Kevin has a sign and Kevin's a violent paranoid schizo. I don't really have a sign. I'm giving you an analogy. Now that analogy applies to every aspect of my life since 5 years old. And especially after 29, figuring it out, or maybe around 35 or 38, and starting to expose these people. Because what they're doing is not only privacy violations, but they're torture operations with intent to hurt, harm, maim, torture, kill, eradicate, with premeditated criminal intent, and lies, smears, defamation, slander, and every privacy violation known to man, you name it. And the police are mad about that. How dare I? So now, their cover-up arguments that Kevin's a violent paranoid schizo and crazy, and he's doing all these weird crazy things with Lorraine Escobar, my father, in the privacy of his own home. So I've exposed them, and they're pissed. They're beyond pissed. So they're contacting lawyers worldwide. Look what Kevin's doing to us. They're contacting psychologists and psychiatrists. Kevin's crazy because look at his surfing, his web surfing or whatever. Things that they should have no information about, and that's my private life. So they're using these privacy violations against me to try to make it look like I'm either a criminal or try to make it look like I'm crazy. So they're either trying to lock me away in a mental institution, which is how this starts at a young age, or they're trying to lock me away in jail cells saying I'm a criminal because someone doesn't like me and someone's mad at me. Now these things started at a very young age. Kissing a black girl of supposedly a white supremacist to the world doesn't make sense. And it goes from thing to thing in the thousands and thousands and thousands. And let's see, where are we? Then it goes to the mental illness crap. To cover that, I'd be exposing them. It just goes back and forth, but never is it wrong. So now their whole thing is, I think I'm in the movie The Truman Show, and it just jumps from movie to movie to movie to movie, trying to make me look crazy. And then we have the prosecutors and police. Well, Kevin needs to cope with what we're doing to his life. Well, why do I need to cope with what's being done to my life? It's unacceptable. It's not constitutional. There's a reason we have the Constitution, is to keep people safe and alive and good people out of jail cells or really bad things happening to them. So if the police are running around saying, I don't like that guy and I can do whatever I want to him, and it starts at 5 years old with the psychology community, you get the idea that what the world's being told is fabrications to rid me of the world. And yes, this starts at 5 years old. So now you have to kind of question what the fuck is going on with these government flagging and eradication or kill operations to rid people of the world with the psychology community and things like this. Okay, so I'm going to sort of end this. This one's a little shorter, and I'm going to end it here. But you get the idea that I've done nothing wrong. I'm just literally being hunted for farting wrong or not breastfeeding correctly at a young age. Okay, so that's it. It is like September 28th or something, 2019, maybe September 29th.